Iraq in 2003, Libya in 2011, Venezuela today. What do they have in common? The world's largest oil reserves and enemies of the United States. Coincidence or a planned pattern? For the past 50 years, every time the U.S. has engaged in military intervention or imposed heavy sanctions, one pattern has always emerged. The target country possesses extraordinary oil wealth. Today, we'll unpack 7 reasons why the U.S. consistently targets oil-rich countries, from the era of Saddam Hussein to that of Nicolas Maduro. This isn't a conspiracy theory, it's a historical analysis based on historical facts. Last military zone, and this is a dark pattern rarely discussed by the mainstream media. Last military zone, and this is a dark pattern rarely discussed by the mainstream media. Let's start with the hard facts. Look at this map. Countries where the U.S. has intervened since 1990. Iraq, oil reserves 145 billion barrels. Libya, oil reserves 48 billion barrels. Iran, target of sanctions, 208 billion barrels. Venezuela, heavy sanctions, 303 billion barrels, the world's largest. Syria, proxy conflict, 2.5 billion barrels. Now compare that to countries with severe human rights violations but not oil-rich. Myanmar, Rwanda, Zimbabwe. No major military intervention. This pattern is too clear to ignore. Reason 1. Control of energy equals control of the world. Oil is not just a commodity, it is the life of the global economy. Whoever controls the oil supply controls the price, and whoever controls the price controls the world economy. Henry Kissinger once said, "Control the oil and you control the nations." When Saddam Hussein threatened Kuwait in 1990, the U.S. reacted within weeks. Why? Kuwait was a key oil producer, supplying 10% of the world's needs. This wasn't about democracy, it was about ensuring the oil kept flowing in U.S. interests. Reason 2. Protecting the petrodollar system. Since 1974, Saudi Arabia and OPEC have agreed to sell oil only in U.S. dollars. This forces every country to hold dollars to buy oil, making the dollar the world's reserve currency. But what happens when leaders try to challenge this system? Saddam Hussein, 2000, announces selling Iraqi oil in euros instead of dollars. Result, 2003 invasion. Muammar Gaddafi, 2009, plans an African gold currency for oil trading. Result, 2011 NATO intervention, Gaddafi's death. Venezuela and Iran now, selling oil in Chinese yuan and other currencies. Result, the harshest economic sanctions in history. This pattern is too consistent to be coincidence. Reason 5. Revenge for nationalization. This is what really makes the U.S. angry, when countries take over their oil industry from Western companies. Venezuela, 2007. Chavez nationalizes oil, expelling ExxonMobil and ConocoPhillips. Result? Gradual sanctions leading to today's economic crisis. Iraq, 1972. Saddam nationalizes the Western-controlled Iraq Petroleum Company. Result? Embargo, then invasions in 1990 and 2003. Libya. Gaddafi nationalizes oil, uses the revenue for the Libyan people. Result? Intervention in 2011. Western oil companies lost trillions of potential dollars, and they had enormous influence in Washington. Reason 6. Ease of building an enemy narrative. Note the propaganda pattern before each intervention. Iraq. Saddam has weapons of mass destruction, proven to be a lie. Libya. Gaddafi will genocide his people, exaggerated. Venezuela. Maduro is a dictator starving his people, ignoring the impact of U.S. sanctions. Western media builds a narrative that these leaders are monsters who must be toppled. But why haven't there been similar interventions for Saudi Arabia, autocratic government, murder of journalist Khashoggi, Myanmar, Rohingya genocide, Eritrea, one of the worst regimes in the world, because they pose no threat to U.S. oil interests? Reason 7. Dominates the energy future. This isn't just about now, it's about the next 50 years. Even as the world moves to renewable energy, oil will still be crucial until the 2050s for petrochemical industry, plastics, aviation, military. The U.S. wants to ensure it controls the world's largest oil reserves before competitors like China do. Venezuela, with the world's largest reserves, is a jewel that cannot afford to fall into the hands of China or Russia. This is about securing global dominance for future generations. So, what have we learned? When the U.S. says intervention is about democracy, freedom, or human rights, look at the oil map. This pattern has cost 500,000 plus civilian lives in Iraq, Libya collapsing into a failed state, 7 million Venezuelan refugees due to sanctions, a neglected humanitarian crisis. This isn't anti-American, it's about understanding the reality of international politics. Great powers always pursue their own interests, but we, as critically thinking citizens of the world, must be able to see beyond the propaganda. Question for you: do you see this pattern in today's global conflicts? Leave a comment. If this video opened your eyes, like and subscribe for geopolitical analysis you won't find in mainstream media. Share this video. Information like this needs to spread. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.